Smart Reframe is a super useful feature in DaVinci Resolve for when you want to convert a horizontal video to a vertical video. Because a lot of times it happens that the subject in your horizontal video is moving from left to right. And so they'll be going in and out of the frame in your vertical video. But Smart Reframe will automatically keep the subject in the center of the frame, like this. See how that works? But the problem is that it's a studio-only feature, so you can't use it in the free version of DaVinci Resolve. Or can you? Well, there's actually a way to get the same result. Let me show you. So I'm gonna take this clip as an example, and let's convert it to a vertical video in the project settings here. And now you'll see that the subject disappears here. See, here it's okay, but here he's going out of the frame. So that's annoying. And of course, you could keyframe the whole video manually, but there's an easier way that also works in the free version. So just put the playhead over the video clip and go to the Fusion page. Then with the media in node selected, that's this node here, hit Shift plus spacebar and look for the tracker and add it. And make sure that it's connected like this. And now we're going to track the movement of the person in the video. So I basically want his face to stay in the center of my vertical video, right? So that it doesn't go out of the frame. Just put the tracker box, and in the free version that's the point tracker, it looks like this. And I'm gonna put it somewhere on his face. Something that's easy for the tracker to follow, like this here, or maybe his nose. Let's try his nose. And if you want to know more on how to use the tracker in DaVinci Resolve in detail, check out the video I've linked in the description. Okay, and then hit track. So now Resolve will track the movement of his nose and his whole face basically. And once it's finished, go to operation mode here, set it to match move, and then set the merge mode to background only. Okay, so now Resolve will keep the tracked point, his nose, in the center of the video. See how Resolve moves the video up and down, left and right to keep the tracked point, his nose in this case, in the middle of the frame? And that's super cool, but the problem is that we get these empty spaces everywhere. So what you could do is add a transform node and then scale the video until there's no more empty spaces. But that's how we get a locked stabilization effect, which looks super cool, but that's not what Smart Reframe does. Smart Reframe only moves the video from left to right to keep the subject in the center and not up and down. So we have to tell Resolve somehow to ignore all the, vertical tracking points. So how do we do that? Well, first open the splines window here. This is the splines window. And then in the viewer here, right click on the tracking path. So that's that scribbly line. And then all the way at the bottom option, the one that ends in polyline, select it and then select convert to XY path. Just hit OK here and boom, you'll see two sets of tracking points appear now here in the splines window, X and Y. And so Y is all the vertical movement, up and down, and X the horizontal movement, left and right. So all you need to do now is disable the X path, zoom out a bit so you can see all the tracking points, and then select all the Y path tracking points. Hit delete and enable the X path again. And see, here in the viewer, our tracking path that before was a scribbly line, going up and down, left and right, has now converted into a horizontal only path. And if we go back to the edit page now, the subject will stay in the center of the frame, but you won't get that locked on stabilization effect. It's not exactly the same as Smart Reframe, but a whole lot easier than keyframing everything manually, right? I hope it helps. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.